Well, it's April 1st, and I've got about a month to go before we start an actual backpacking trip. So guess who's on the back? Got my monkey on my back. Low Alpine loaded up. It's a Low Alpine 70-20 pack. I talked about it in a previous video. It holds lots of gear. I have my sleeping bag inside, my tent, my cook set, a 2-liter water bladder, which I've got the little hose there. I can take a sip anytime I want. The only thing you don't like about the bladder system is if you're drinking, you don't know until you pull the pack off how much water you've drank. So I'm just getting started this morning on April 1st, which is, as I understand it, the actual beginning of a Jewish calendar year. Haven't kept up with that sort of thing, but it's spring. Everything's in bloom. The birds are happy. See deer almost every day when I walk. We'll check in with you later toward the end of this hike, see how I feel. I didn't weigh this pack. I don't really have a scale to weigh it on, but it is not fully loaded in the respect that, I do have probably 5 days of food, but I don't have any spare clothes other than a light jacket in there. And I think there's a towel, one of those ultra lightweight towels, which I wouldn't take on a regular backpacking trip, but for the most part, it's loaded. We'll see how this affects my hike with this extra weight, see how my back feels at the end of the day. We'll talk about it then when we get there. I am trying out a pair of shoes that a friend gave me, some shoes that he didn't like or something. This is Under Armour shoes. They're probably made in some sweatshop in China, like all of them are these days. But just trying those tennis shoes out instead of my hiking boots, give them a break. They're about to break down completely anyway, as you can see from the video. But yeah, my trekking poles. And one of the things I wanted to touch on while I keep forgetting in the videos is that if you are a heavier hiker like me, you probably don't want to go with the carbon fiber poles, because if you put too much weight and torque that thing the right way, it's going to split and break on you, okay? Just because of the weight that you are. And even regular weighted hikers have had that problem with them. Yes, the aluminum hiking trekking poles are heavier, but they're more durable. Personally, I'm going to stick, these, like I said, my neighbor gave these to me. I mentioned in another video, but I've listened to Bigfoot and I think maybe Darwin. I can't remember who all I've done listened to trekking poles or whatever. But to me, I don't want to take that chance. Because, as I've said before, all this falling on a trail, not a good thing. Something's going to break or bust. So I'll stick with the aluminum for the strength and the durability and carry the extra weight, which as a larger hiker, you're going to do anyway, because you got to have a bigger sleeping bag. You've got to usually have the wider sleeping pad or thicker sleeping pad. So just everything you carry, your clothes, your bag, everything has to fit a larger size person. So your base weight is going to be above that of any average hiker. So keep in mind that when you're buying gear, your stuff, you're going to be heavier, okay? Not just because of your body, but the things that you need to cover that body way more. So you're never going to get down to, say, a pack weight like Darwin would have, such as that. Some of these people, you're not going to be able to do that until you shed off enough pounds to be able to do that. And in the hike, for me, that's part of it. And I've got a long way to go. And that's another reason for these videos, is to document that progress. And the progress, I'm still going. still walking. So there's that. And keep that in mind. Don't let it discourage you. You know, like they say, hike your hike. I can remember a very personal thing I'm going to share with you. I used to take yoga classes. I lost 33 pounds once just taking yoga. Okay, no diet, anything. And what happened to me in the yoga classes was I began to compare myself to the other people, and I said, wow, they do these beautiful poses, and you know, there's ones that you just cannot do, and probably never would be able to do because of flexibility, size issues, and that sort of thing. But I let that, comparing myself to these other people, far more fit, good looking, whatever you want to say, and that mental thing, I stopped going. You know, but of course this was years ago. But so don't compare yourself to all these other people. That's a mistake. So when they say hike your hike, you have to listen to your body. You have to know your limitations, what you're capable of, and stick with your routine. It's your hike, it's your walk, you're in control of it. You know, nobody made me sit down and drink soda, eat candy, and get fat, okay? You can't blame it on anybody else except for you. And it's a long walk out of this, okay? That's what I'm doing. Long walk out. I'm hoping to keep the motivation and determination up and not allow exterior circumstances or situations to stop me from doing what I'm doing. So I'll check with you at the end of the video. We'll see how this pack does me. See how my back, because this pack weighs more than I've lost already. I guarantee you that. So I'll check back with you in a while. Atypical hiker, pausing to the second half of the video. As promised, video. Normally I would walk longer. This pack is definitely slowing me down. And I think I know why my friend didn't like these shoes. Man, they feel like vices on my feet. They just, the toe box is too narrow for me. And all this weight with this pack probably isn't helping either. Trying to push these feet a little too hard. My feet are killing me in these things. So yeah, these Under Armour, you know, I feel like my feet are just real the toes are all squoze in, and with the extra weight they can't spread. So these are going to be a no-go for even walking around here with just the pack on, because my feet are killing me in these shoes. I can see why he didn't like them. So the pack definitely slows me down, has me walking at a slower than normal pace, which is probably slower than most of you guys. Anyway, I go 2 miles an hour on a good day. We hear the strides. I'm kind of going up a small grade here, nothing like a mountain would be. But yeah, this pack and hurting feet, not a good combo. So this isn't going to work. I'll be better off with my old wore out hiking boots than these shoes. But it is the first day with this loaded pack. It's at least 20 to 25 pounds. So there you go. And I haven't lost that much weight yet. So it's got me moving slow. And there's that. But larger hikers, gonna have to get used to it. Them legs. My legs don't bother me so much, my knees, but my feet at the end of the hikes that I do, you know, they're aching a little bit, but I can't say they hurt as bad as they do in these shoes right now. So just be aware, that's another issue. As a heavy hiker, your feet are bearing every pound you carry, and probably the number one piece of gear that you want for comfort, support, durability is going to be that pair of shoes that you wear. And I really need to go to REI or something and try on those Ultras. People have just said, you know, once they've tried them on, that's their go-to shoe from then on. I've never tried them. So many people in the hiking community love them. And I think I'm gonna have to go in that direction. These, I won't hike in these again at all. Certainly not with a loaded pack. They're hurting. I'm gonna have to cut the hike shorter than I would have. I'm like a little over 4.5 miles in. I wasn't planning on going a full 9 or 8 or whatever I've been doing recently, just because I had a loaded pack today. But yeah, my dogs are barking, baby. They don't like it. So yeah, you can't, it is amazing. You know, and I don't have my Birkenstock blue heel inserts in these shoes. I just put these shoes on and go. So, wasn't a good idea. Like I said, that shoe, most important for anybody hiking, but especially for an overweight hiker like myself, and any one of you that hopefully gets motivated to get out and start moving through my videos. Watch me progress. You know, I want to keep it going, guys. Keep losing this weight. And the theory is that the more weight I lose, the less stress on those joints and those feet, it's going to be easier to do, right? So that's what I think anyway. And I'm going to pull up short on the hike today. Mainly because of the shoes. The pack fits nice. This low alpine pack is just like I have a very long torso, and it runs basically the length of that up. There's the brain of it, you can see right behind me there, but it hugs me pretty good, and I can cinch that waist belt up so that most of that weight is going onto my hips and not the shoulders. And that's what you always want to do with your backpack, is have a weight distributed into the hip area, not the shoulders, so that you're not cringing in pain at the end of your hike. Your shoulders can't bear that weight as well as your hips can. So yes, absolutely can tell the difference with the pack. Wasn't a good idea to switch up the shoes with the pack. Lesson learned. And do another video even with my old hikers, my next one, and we'll see the difference. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy the content, like, share, subscribe. Let other people know. There are older people out here, older, younger, however you want to look at yourself. You know, people with more challenges than some that are in this hiking community and want to be a part of it and want to get out there and do those things. And not going to let my physical ability or whatever stop me, and neither should you. Get out, start moving. Thanks for watching. Atypical Hiker. Beautiful day. I'm sitting here pointing the camera and it's aiming at me. I'm trying to point it like it was going the other. Anyway, Atypical Hiker.